All right, now could you imagine dying at the zoo? I couldn't. I've only been to the zoo like 2 times in my life, and I actually saw a tiger and I saw a lion, so that was pretty awesome. But the thought of me dying at the zoo did not cross my mind. That's not usually something you think about when you go to the zoo. When you go to the zoo, you're usually going to have a good time with your family, not, you're not going to die, right? But people have actually died at the zoo, and I found a video called "The Worst Zoo Deaths Ever." So, yeah, looking at this picture, somebody got killed by a tiger at the zoo. That's crazy. And the sad thing is when the animals kill people, they have to kill the animal. So it's like, damn, man, the animal's just acting off of instinct, when half the time people are just being stupid. So yeah, we're going to jump straight into the video. This video will be linked in the description below. Go check out my gaming channel and my main channel. And yeah, join the Discord as well. Let's check it out.
Maddox Durkosh. On November 4th, 2012, a 2-year-old called Maddox Durkosh was standing on
a 2-year-old. All right. I could see that. If it's like a grown man,
a viewing deck to see
we watched a video a long time ago, the worst roller coaster deaths, and a lot of that video was just people being dumb. Like this one guy, he climbed a fence. I'm sorry, I'm already yapping. This one guy climbed a fence like that was like 6 feet tall to get his hat that fell off of his head, and he got hit and killed by the roller coaster. Like, you're an idiot.
African painted dog enclosure at the Pittsburgh Zoo. The deck had a railing and many warning signs telling visitors not to lift children onto it, but Maddox's mother wanted him to see better, so she lifted him over the railing. In just seconds, he slipped and fell 14 feet down into the enclosure. There was a net below the platform, but it was only made to catch small things like sunglasses or phones. Maddox fell onto the net,
not a whole child,
bounced off, and then dropped straight into the enclosure. The pack of
what's in there?
11 painted dogs ran at him right away. Witnesses said his mother screamed and tried to jump in after him, but other visitors held her back. Everyone saw the attack happen in front of them. The dogs attacked while he was conscious, biting and tearing at his body. He suffered more than
ate his ass.
46 wounds to his head and neck, and his inner
Imagine just watching your child just get eaten to death by wild animals.
Were destroyed. He bled to death inside the enclosure.
He's dead, dude.
Before zoo staff could get close enough to reach him. A police officer fired his gun and killed one dog, hoping it would stop the attack, but the other dogs kept going.
Hell no, they're gonna keep eating.
Tragedy quickly started a big argument. The zoo said the mother had ignored the warning.
I mean, it's her fault. If you would have never lifted them up, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, but like, I don't know what to say, man. You shouldn't lift. Don't, if the sign says don't do it, don't do it. And then of course your child just had to slip. Like, of course.
Did carelessly while the mother and her
too many, like, how the hell, first of all, how do you accidentally drop your kid like in an enclosure? Like what like how does that happen? That's the one thing that's not supposed to happen. You are not supposed to drop your kid inside the enclosure, and you do that. Like, that's your fault.
The zoo was unsafe,
100%.
that the railing left children in danger, and that the whole design of the platform was flawed. Both sides took legal action against each other, but in the end, no
legal action. What the hell are you trying to sue the park because your dumbass lifted your child up?
Charges were brought against the mom. The family later made a private settlement with the zoo, and soon after the attack, the viewing platform was removed. As for the painted dogs, only the one killed during the rescue attempt died that day. The other dogs were later sent to different zoos. The painted dog exhibit was closed.
Why?
Forever, and the space was later turned into a cheetah exhibit. Dawn Brancheau.
A cheetah exhibit? Why do the animals have to leave? It's not their fault.
Brancheau was an experienced trainer with 15 years of work behind her and was especially known for her bond with the orcas.
I don't agree with that.
Her closest connection was with Tilikum, SeaWorld Orlando's largest whale, who weighed more than 12,000 pounds.
I know a lot of people who have who have a problem with SeaWorld, like who don't like SeaWorld at all. Like they say like they, are keeping the animals trapped, but like that's zoos, that's every aquarium.
She was performing in the Dine with Shamu show, where guests sat by the pool eating while watching trainers and whales interact. At the end of the show, Don lay on a shallow ledge right next to Tilikum, rubbing his head as part of the routine. Then, out of nowhere, it grabbed her and pulled her into the water. The grip was fast and incredibly strong. The audience then saw the giant whale drag her under and thrash
she just got mauled
around the pool.
Death.
And SeaWorld staff rushed to help.
Holy
they threw nets and food into the water to distract Tilikum and tried guiding it through different pools until it was finally moved.
Yeah, it's like you think your animal is your best friend. You're like, oh, Tilikum, we're in the water in front of the crowd. He's acting nice. The second that animal it's a killer whale, for God's sake. I mean, just killer whale. It's gonna kill
into
you.
a smaller medical pool where he could be contained. But for a whole 45 minutes, he would not let Dawn go.
Oh, damn, he drowned her ass.
Trainers and guests could only watch helplessly as she drowned. When her body was finally recovered, the autopsy showed just how violent the attack
Yeah, I mean, she probably was like ripped apart. Like, she's probably purple, like the picture.
had been.
40. She was underwater for 45 minutes in the jaws of an orca. Yeah, she was good as dead.
Drowning was the official cause of death, but her injuries were horrific. Her spinal cord was severed. Her jaw, ribs, and bones in her neck were broken. Her scalp had been completely torn off. Her left arm ripped away, and her left knee dislocated.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was ripped apart.
The report showed she had not only drowned, she had also suffered massive trauma from the sheer power of the orca's movements. Her death led to trainers being banned from swimming with
She probably wasn't conscious. Like, as soon as that thing started swinging, like, she probably just lost
the
consciousness.
whales during shows. Patricia Wyman. Patricia Wyman's
God damn, that's a horrible death.
trainers being
wow,
banned.
I'm thinking about like that happening to me or like knowing someone. Like, that's tragic. Imagine getting drowned by an orca underwater and it's just like swimming fast and you're getting ripped apart. Like, that's like, would you guys rather get mauled by a grizzly bear or mauled by an orca? Let me know in the comments.
From swimming with the whales during
I'd
shows.
rather just never mind. Let me not say that.
Patricia Wyman. Patricia Wyman's death came only a few days after she started what she thought was her dream job.
I'm trying to get monetized on this channel, and what I was about to say
April
was probably not going to be very
1996, the
appropriate.
24-year-old wildlife biologist had just been hired to care for the wolves at Halliburton Forest and Wildlife Reserve. The reserve was known for keeping its wolves as wild as possible, which is why visitors could only see the pack through one-way glass, and staff were warned that people should never try to make contact with the animals. Only a few days later, Patricia entered the wolves' 15-acre enclosure alone. Normally, the wolves were shy and stayed away from humans, but that day,
oh no,
something was different.
This looks like it could be like a mascot for like a basketball team or something. I swear this looks like a mascot. It looks like a team logo or something.
When she stepped inside, the wolves stood up and began moving toward
Yeah, they probably killed her ass.
her.
Well, the video is called Worst Zoo Deaths, not Worst Zoo Injuries.
Witnesses later reported that they circled her, slowly surrounding her inside their territory. Patricia must have realized she was in danger, but before she could escape, she tripped over a fallen tree. That mistake sealed her fate because the alpha male rushed at her first, knocking her to the ground, and the rest of the pack followed.
You have one chance. I'm not saying it's on her, but it is on her. You got one chance to run and you trip over a log
and legs, tearing through skin and muscle, and pulled her in different directions.
You trip on a log?
She tried to fight back, but the pack was too strong. Each wolf weighed as much as 176 pounds. Patricia lost blood quickly and grew weaker as the wolves mauled her. She tried to protect her head and neck, but it wasn't enough. Within minutes, she died.
You're already bleeding out.
Inside the enclosure, only four days into her new job. When police arrived, the wolves were still guarding her, even though they hadn't
4 days into the new job.
Yet eaten her. When officers tried to approach, the wolves circled them too, growling and moving closer, until gunshots were fired into the air to scare them away. Experts later said that the wolves' behavior had shifted suddenly and unpredictably, especially in the alpha male. No one knows why Patricia entered the enclosure that day when it wasn't feeding time, but once she was inside, she had no way to escape. Rosa King.
They were hangry. Well, she could have escaped if she didn't trip over the damn log.
On what seemed a normal morning, Rosa
What kind of survival skills are that?
A 33-year-old zookeeper at Hamerton Zoo Park was cleaning the windows inside the tiger paddock before the zoo opened to visitors, which was just a routine part of her work. The
Don't tell me the tiger's in there.
enclosure housed Sisip, a fully grown male Malayan tiger. Safety rules required that a heavy vertical slide and 2 gates be closed to keep the tiger locked
Oh my God, did he
away
break
whenever
out?
a keeper went inside. But that morning, when Rosa stepped in, all 3 barriers had been left open. This meant Sisip had full access to the paddock. Tragedy struck. Sisip mauled her with extreme force. Its jaws clamped down on her neck with enough force to break through the
Why did the tiger just attack her?
bones of her
What the hell did Tiger have?
spine.
What kind of grudge did that tiger have
And her
against her?
spinal cord was completely severed in the neck area, a devastating injury that left her instantly paralyzed and unable to fight back. The bite crushed soft tissue and broke bone, while the tiger's teeth sank deep into her throat. Her arms were ripped open with deep gouges scratches, and her right leg was badly torn by both bites and swipes. Across her body, there were many cuts and scratches, signs of repeated
Wow.
mauling. These wounds would have caused her to lose a huge amount of blood within only moments. A visitor looking through the viewing area was the first to notice Rosa's body lying motionless on the ground
A visitor?
and raised the alarm. The
Oh, that's not a tiger. That's a dead
investigation
woman.
confirmed that there had been no mechanical failure with the gates or slides. Rosa had entered without realizing the barriers were open, leaving her exposed to the tiger. The
Wow.
zoo's safety system depended entirely on
Wow. Imagine being her. Imagine just cleaning glass. You turn around, there's a fucking tiger behind you.
keepers following the procedure
What do you
correctly
do?
every time. Alexis Martinez.
She probably couldn't even
On December
move, bro.
24th, 2009, trainer Alexis Martinez was working with Keto, a huge orca that weighed more than 6,600 pounds, when the animal suddenly
Damn.
turned on him. At first,
They weigh 6,000
the
pounds?
session seemed normal, even though reports
There's
said
no
Keto
way that animal weighs 6,000 pounds. What inside of that animal weighs that much? Is it like full of bricks or something?
wasn't
Like,
responding well to the signals it had
6,000.
been trained to follow. Then, as Alexis swam toward the shallow platform, Keto suddenly leaned toward him, pushed him under the water with his rostrum, the front of the whale's head, and rammed him hard in
Yep.
the chest. Trainers standing at the side tried everything to
Instant-
get Keto to stop. They
instant
slapped
coma.
the water, gave hand signals, and even shook a food bucket, but the orca ignored all commands. It came up briefly for air, then went straight back to Alexis. Witnesses said it lifted Alexis out of the water on his rostrum and held him with his mouth shut. When Keto finally let him go, Alexis's body sank to the bottom of the pool, motionless. Rescuers tried to move Keto into another tank so they could reach Alexis, but the orca resisted. It played with the gates and refused to cooperate,
Yeah, ain't nobody going in that water.
delaying the rescue. Staff could only recover Alexis after they used a net to redirect the whale. The autopsy revealed how violent the attack had been. Alexis died from massive internal bleeding caused by the crushing force. His chest was broken with many compression fractures, and his organs were torn apart. Gian Rankarasamy. On the
Broken?
morning of September 10th, 2025, 58-year-old zookeeper Gian Rankarasamy, a veteran who had worked with lions and tigers for almost 20 years, stepped out of his vehicle inside the lion enclosure during feeding time, while tourists remained inside. Allegedly, according to the safety rules, no one is ever allowed to leave the vehicle in predator areas, but that morning, Gian did. He left the vehicle door open and stood beside it while the lions were being fed. One lion crept up behind him and suddenly pounced,
Oh my
knocking him
God.
to the ground. Within seconds, the rest of the pride joined in. Tourists
All of this could just be like, all of this could just be solved by just like not following the rules, man. The girl that lost her child, don't lift your child above the damn fence. And for God's sake, don't drop his ass. You had one job. That still pissed me off. How the hell are you going to hold your child over a fence and you drop him? What the hell? And the woman that slipped on the that tripped over the log. Maybe, like, can we have some comment? I know mistakes happen, but like, holy hell. All this could be solved. Like, how the hell do you drop your kid inside of a damn lion enclosure or the damn African dogs, whatever they're called? Like, you just like have some common sense. Literally,
sitting
just follow rules,
inside
man.
their cars watched in horror as
Hyenas.
the lions mauled Gian, biting and clawing him while he lay helpless on the ground.
They're probably in the back of the car, like, all right, so who's driving?
Some honked their horns frantically to try
Honk
to
the
scare
horn.
the animals away.
Run the dogs over.
The lions ignored
I would have hopped in the front seat and ran
the
them over.
noise. The attack lasted for nearly 15 minutes before help arrived. When they finally reached the scene and pulled Gian's body out, the injuries were catastrophic. His chest had been ripped open, his neck and one leg were broken, and his body was covered with deep bite and claw wounds. He was rushed to Intrarat Hospital, but
It's a hospital. Fuck that. Go ahead and bury that guy. The hospital? What are they gonna do to
and
him?
his body
to
was
fix
covered
him?
with deep bite and claw wounds.
His
He
neck
was
is
rushed
broken.
to Intrarat Hospital, but doctors could only declare him dead. Police and wildlife authorities
Yeah, I mean his neck is severed. You're not coming back from that. If you lose the jugular vein, you're done, man.
launched a full investigation to find out why Gian left the vehicle. Some believe it may have been a mistake or distraction, while his family insists he never broke safety rules without a reason. His wife said he always followed the guidelines and cared for the animals like family. His brother explained that Gian was only a few months away from retirement.
Yeah.
Norden bin
He cared about the animals. They didn't give a damn about him.
Montong.
As soon as they got the opportunity to eat his ass, they
On the
did.
afternoon of November 13th, 2008, 32-year-old Nordin bin Montong, a Malaysian cleaner at Singapore Zoo, climbed over the barrier and jumped into the white tiger enclosure. People watching said he was carrying a broom and a yellow bucket, shouting as he walked. At first, visitors thought it was part of a show and saw 3 white tigers coming toward him slowly. One moved closer, then suddenly hit him, knocking him to his
Yeah, a
knees.
show.
Nordin tried to protect himself, even lifting the bucket over his head like a shield,
They're paid actors.
but it was no use. A second tiger joined in, and both began biting at him. Onlookers screamed for him to get back into the nearby water, but his sudden movements only made the tigers attack harder. One tiger bit into his neck and pushed him to the ground. Another grabbed his body and dragged him further inside the paddock. People threw things and shouted, but the attack went on for nearly 2 minutes. The tigers bit him again and again on the head, chest, and body. Doctors counted more than 90 wounds. His ribs and skull were broken, and the bites to his neck were so bad that he had no chance of surviving. Keepers ran to the scene and used long
It's like, at that point, dude, you can't even take him to the hospital. Like, he's
banging
good.
them on the ground
He's as good as dead,
to
man.
scare the tigers away. After several tries, they managed to distract the animals long enough to pull Nordin's body out. Veterinarians
Distract, man. If I would have shot them fucking tigers.
tried first aid while waiting for paramedics, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead shortly afterward. Investigators later said that Nordin had entered the enclosure on purpose,
Distract. I mean, you know, they probably killed the animals anyway.
and his death was treated as a suicide. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea
Damn, man.
for the next one, join my
I mean, like, I'm sad, but like a lot of these, like, just could have been solved by people not, you know, like he could have not got out the car. The woman could have not dropped her kid inside of the hyena enclosure. Like a few of them are actually sad. Like the orca one, like just the whale attacking her for no reason. That's extremely sad. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it off there. Let me know which one of these you think are the craziest. And yeah, until next time, go check out the gaming channel, the main channel, join the Discord. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, peace out.